Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the Everyday Odyssey. This morning, I just want to chat about what's on my mind. So last night, we watched Mel Gibson's movie Sound of Freedom. Now we've got my utmost respect for shining a light on this topic and just bringing awareness. We all know that it's going on, but I don't think any of us have any idea of how bad it really is. Before I start, my apologies for the background noise. I know when you record there shouldn't actually be any background noise, but with my schedule that's difficult. I think that's why I've taken so long to make a video or make a recording, because I'm a mom, a working mom, so I'm always busy with something. When I'm at home and whenever I'm in the kitchen, there's 10,000 things that needs to happen at the same time. So right now I am packing lunches and doing laundry at the same time. So yeah, back to the Sound of Freedom. That really shook me, and it really makes me think, imagine growing up, being taken from your family so young, and having to grow up in a life like that. I know there will be justice for the victims, with the perpetrators having to face their justice one day. Even if they don't get caught on earth, they will one day, when it's when we all face our justice, they will have theirs too. But it got me thinking, I hope there will be mercy for those kids who grow up as adults and end up being stuck as a sex worker because of human trafficking. Because no child should ever have to go through that. It's really heartbreaking. So yeah, I really hope, I believe God is a God of love, so I believe that there will be mercy for them. But it just made me realize something else. You know of all these bad things that's happening in the world, but how often do we really pray about them? I mean, we're all stuck with our own little bubble of problems, and I guess it's human nature to end up focusing on what's happening around you more than really thinking and praying about situations it's out of our control. But that doesn't mean that you can't pray for those victims and pray for their families. I mean, can you imagine losing your child like that? I don't know what's worse. I always say, I think the worst heartbreak any human can ever experience is having to lose a child to death. But I don't know, somehow I think losing your child, knowing that they're alive but you have no idea where they are, if they are safe, if they're taken care of, if they have to suffer any abuse, I think that's worse. Not sure. I just pray to God, but I never have to find out. And it made me appreciate my own children just so much more. just, if you put yourself in those parents' shoes, having to lose a child like that, yeah, that's really a heartbreak that no parent should have to experience either. That's really sad. But yeah, it opened up a lot of thoughts, and I ended up dreaming so much about it. I dreamt myself being there in the midst of Colombia, helping those people save those children. Not that I think I would ever have the guts or the resources to pull something off like that. But yeah, that's really heartbreaking. But I'm happy for those children who was saved. You know, those 120 children that did manage to save. And it's amazing that it restores a bit of hope in humanity if you see someone literally putting his life at risk to do that, you know, to save those children. And what I admired was his wife's support. I mean, he's hardly ever at home. He was hardly ever at home during those times because he was, you know, out saving those children. And Tim had a lot of children. So your first thought would be, you know, any normal wife would, you know, rant and moan and just go nuts on the husband. You're never at home. I'm supposed to raise all these children by myself. I think that's what most of us would do. But his wife's level of support was just wow. You know, it made me think, you know, how far are you willing to go to support your husband for the greater good? You know, if you had to do something like that for someone else, you know, would you really be that supportive? Oh my goodness, finding Tupperware is it's horrible. For whatever reason, this cabinet it can never stay neat. It's always gets messy. And as you can see, my kitchen is a little bit old school style, so it's not those fancy drawers that you can just pull out, which is way better. Kudos to the person who designed the first kitchen drawers that was deep enough to be used as a closet. So yeah, that's my thoughts for today. Let me know what you think about this human trafficking, and you know, if you want to join hands and pray about it. And if you haven't watched The Sound of Freedom yet, do yourself a favor and do go and watch it. It is a really, really good movie. And it's the fact that it was based on a true story, true events, it really hits harder. And it really brings awareness, you know. And yeah, what blew my mind right in the beginning was, you know, on the one hand I can understand the mending part of it, you know, because some men don't think with their normal brains, they think with the brain between their legs. So you can understand them being part of it. But women? Really? Like, how? How can you recruit those children and literally watch them being thrown into a container and not feel anything? How sick do you have to be to do that to a child, an innocent little child? And yeah, just once again goes to show that the love of money is the root of all evil. It's sickening. It's sickening to think that people can actually be that cruel to innocent little children, only to make money. I mean, goodness gracious me. Some things I guess I will just never understand. But yeah, if you have watched The Sound of Freedom, comment on this post and yeah, let me know what you thought about the movie. And if you haven't watched it, do go and watch it.